This video is more for other professionals that are in the industry. And you could say, what would you do in this situation? This is the first time you've maybe worked for a certain HOA and you stumble upon a tree that is splitting. So we have maybe about a 12 to 14 inch DBH ash, and then at the union that has actually split a good 4 feet. And so that means temporarily someone put a strap up in there, which is fine. It's still working fine. There hasn't been any structure pruning or just any pruning at all. And when the wind blows, I can hear. When the wind blows, I can actually hear the cracking of the wood, and you'll start to see some daylight in between. So anytime you see daylight in between a splitting branch like that, right? Whether you are a qualified risk assessor or not, you should still communicate failure is imminent. Yes, that come along is pretty good, but that come along is working with forces that are going, we're looking east-west, we're looking east right now, so that's east-west. But that has nothing to do with, if I look up here now, any torsion that could come from the south pushing to the north, or any torsion that's pushing from the north to the south, right? So yes, maybe this could fail and maybe come over here this way. In this case though, we've got a detached garage. Maybe it's an extension from the house or both. But still, that place would be at risk. Probably more imminent risk versus the other side over here. At least this side is more upright. So as I just changed my orientation, this is to the west. Here in Colorado, Front Range, Longmont, our prevailing winds are from the west going to the east. So to me, I still think failure is imminent. Yes, that was a temporary strap. Fine, good. It's been working for who knows how long. Now, this is where you get a little bit investigative if you are a tree guy, right? What I mean is, if you've been in the industry long enough, you'll know maybe how to judge the age of an injury by the thickness of the callus wood. It's the same thing as judging when a tree may have been pruned last by looking at the thickness of the callus wood around the branch collar. So this could be between 2 to 5 year old injury, something to that effect. I don't know, but it's been some time, and it depends on what we can hear. If the wind kicks up, I could just hear it actively cracking, especially right in that spot right there. So definitely, because now I'm the professional with my eyeballs on this tree, I am liable whether or not I report this or not, or say something. So I will let the HOA know about this, and then at the minimum I'm going to suggest structure pruning, thinning, reducing, pretty aggressive with the whole total crown of the tree. That is, if that's the sentiment, to keep this tree around for a couple more years. What I don't like is the fact that that crack could have been introducing a fair amount of decay for an unknown amount of time, which means that I have no idea how much rot is down there. So this whole system, and even if I put in maybe a Cobra system or a more dynamic cable slightly higher up, and prune it and everything, the whole system is requiring on the tree to, well, compartmentalize decay, which it hasn't been doing because it's been an open wound and water's going down into that crotch right there, right? So these are things to think about. If you're a tree guy, don't overlook something like this, because this could be something that you're liable for should there be failure and crash down on a house. Or what if it split both ways and crashed on 2 houses? It really doesn't matter if you did your due diligence and stuff too. When insurance companies are involved, they're going to come back to you alone.